Hey FFM, Coach Rye here, Team Flex. We're going to dive in today and review the Arnold Classic International Bikini from the Arnold, you guys. This is a big deal, okay? The Arnold just happened. We're kind of back on the regular routine, the regular schedule for, the competition season. It's been a little crazy with the previous years and the changes that had to be made due to regulations and things like that due to the pandemic, but here we are now back on kind of routine, Arnold in March, as it should be, okay? And I want to go ahead and highlight this video today, you guys. I'm going to be doing some drawing on the screen for you. If you see my green marker right now drawn for you, we're going to talk about bikini, we're going to talk about these placings, and we're going to talk about where it's kind of heading 2022. If you guys don't know, the Arnold Classic is a very big show for many reasons, but it also happens early in the season, as it is one of the factors where the judges kind of set their tone for what they want to see in every division, okay? We get a lot of changes, year to year in every division, but the Arnold is one of the ones that really shows us, okay, here's what the judges are looking for. And this means, if you're competing for the first time, you're a seasoned competitor, or even a pro, there's some things you want to be paying attention to that judges are telling us with their scoring to let us know, okay, this is what they're going to be looking at every level, at every event kind of thing. Event, not even a thing. Every event kind of thing, you guys. So let's dive in and talk about it, okay? So we got our first place finisher here, Lauralie. Okay, you guys all probably know who she is. You probably know Maureen too, as well as Ashley K, and then Issa. And the interesting thing is we have two former Miss Olympias here, Ashley K being one of them, and then of course Issa over here. She's most recently been an Olympia champion over the past few years too. So this is a cool thing. This is an interesting time, and obviously some other big top players, Lauralie and everything, and Maureen have been in the top of many, many events. Now, bikini, you guys, it's the most symmetrical division. What the judges always want to see in this division is kind of this hourglass shape. And if you're looking at the screen I'm drawing right now, where we're seeing boom boom, this hourglass shape is what the judges want to see. Symmetry is everything. Muscle is the foundation that creates the symmetry, and that's what we're going to see in bikini division. So let's start reviewing some physiques here and talk a little bit about it, you guys, and I'll tell you where this is going to head. And if you're getting anything out of it at any point in time, please hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you guys are thinking about bikini overall in the Arnold. Let's dive in. Okay, so when we're talking about hourglass shape, what we're really talking about is shoulder development. Okay, so this is what creates that top part of that hourglass, having the roundness of the shoulders. You'll see every single competitor on this stage has this shoulder development. Okay, they got the capping to the deltoid that comes from doing a multitude of different things, but it is very important because it creates this upper body width. Okay, you'll see every competitor has this width, which is necessary to create that first base of that hourglass shape. Now, when the judges are looking at bikini, it's always about symmetry. So they want to see, the arms are going to match that development. It's not a huge thing. Judges are scoring his arms in this division at all. Like, they're probably not looking at it much, but, to see some development that matches to a degree with that shoulder development is going to be a key factor. Really what the judges want to see, though, coming in from bikini is shoulder width, okay, tapering into the narrow of the waist. All right, you'll see every single competitor on this stage is very narrow in their waistline. This is a key factor because what this really does is this creates this tapered look. You'll see the lats kind of sweep us down, boom, boom, and boom. There's our first part of this hourglass, and we see this on every competitor. Okay, Maureen has pretty dramatic. She's probably got the most dramatic hourglass shape on this stage here, biggest in the shoulders. For the most part, Ashley's a close second there. This tapered look, though, is the key factor, okay? And if we look at Lauralie compared to Maureen, Maureen is actually looking a little bit more muscular upper body, right? She's just got more of this shoulder development, a little bit more of this capping. You can see these lats are much more, developed in some ways than Lauralie's, and this tapered look, this oblique cut here, too, you guys. This does not lie about, how much muscle Maureen actually has on her body, okay? So she's a little bit more muscular, and maybe that was the thing that nixed her from the first place out. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but let's see as we continue down the line here where we're going. So lower body wise, really important in bikini to have this glute development, and you'll see each competitor has this. Everybody's glute shape's a little different, so you're seeing some variety here, a little bit more development on some, maybe a little bit more roundness shape on others. And really what this is a key factor to create that lower body balance. Okay, so let's look at Maureen here. You'll see what I mean. The glute shape, it comes down and it matches and it creates this hourglass shape. This is what the judges want in every division. Even if your first show is coming up, ladies, this is what you want to be paying attention to. Now, symmetry is the key in bikini, so they want to see hamstrings that are going to match this development and, quads, but they don't want over dominance, okay? They don't want over dominant quads, over muscular legs at all. What they're looking for is this symmetry and this shape and this proportion. So when we talk about now actual placings, right? You might say, all right, well, looking at what you just said, Coach Rye, it looks like, Ashley's got a good taper. It looks like Maureen's got a good hourglass. It looks like Issa's got a good hourglass. It looks like everybody's kind of got what you're saying, okay? And that is true. But here's what I'm looking at so far, you guys, and what I'm seeing is, this development is becoming, in bikini, it could be becoming too much. And this could be really what the judges are telling us in a lot of senses, is that they want to bring bikini down a bit. They want to downsize. I can tell you guys for sure, I've been covering, a lot of these athletes on this channel for a long time, and we're seeing a lot of shifts already. I know Ashley K, for example, she's downsized a lot. I know Issa, she's actually brought more of a muscular here today, and she's scoring lower than she has in the past. So, it's interesting to see that, Lauralie, she's the smallest competitor by what we're seeing in this front shot, the leanest in a sense, the smallest, and, that is kind of what the judges might be looking for. She's not super lean, but she's at the right level of conditioning. And when I say leanest, I'm not talking conditioning specifically. I'm talking more so that she's actually, at that level of being smaller. She's just smaller overall, not as much development. All right, but you know what? Bikini is not only about the front pose, it's clearly the back pose. In fact, many would say bikini is one from the back. So let's pop over into this back shot and see what we're really looking at as far as everything goes. So when we talk about this symmetry, the shape, nothing changes, you guys. This is all important. You need the shoulders, you need all this. You'll see these same things that I mentioned from the front to the back, this tapered look, this aesthetic the judges want. They want this in every part, okay? This is important. Now, what the judges are really looking for in this back pose is going to be, really the posterior chain, the glutes and the hamstrings and the tie-ins and everything here. And we get a really clear example of these placings from this position, okay? So, bikini conditioning is the softest level of conditioning in the women's divisions. It's on par, however, with wellness. So wellness bikini have very similar conditioning. It is not supposed to be super lean, not striated. If they see cuts in your quads, they see cuts in your delts, they see these kind of deep striations, you're going to get scored down. So if we look at Lauralie here, and development overall, this is probably one of the key factors of why she won. Okay, you can see her development is good. She's got good upper glute development. She's got fullness to the glute all the way through down into the hamstrings. It all ties in well. And the main thing that we're really bringing home here in Lauralie's back pose, you guys, is the symmetry. She's not off. The upper to lower body, I mean, it's really good. It's all there. Everything's there. All the muscles are aligning, and we get this hourglass shape. Maureen being a close second here, a little bit less in the glute development, I would say, than Lauralie, and this is probably what got, what kind of landed her in that second spot. She's a little bit more muscular up top, but I don't think that helped her. I think she need to be a little bit more muscular in the lower body, some more glute development, a little bit more upper, a little bit more overall development, and then she's not showing from this back position, the hamstrings and the quads to really match that development, and thus Lauralie's kind of got that back shot down a little bit more than the other competitors on stage. Now we look over at Ashley. Ashley has downsized her lower body a lot in recent events, I would say, for sure, and that's probably judges' feedback coming to her saying, to develop, she's had that kind of glute development, but still, it's not, you can tell she's downsized, but she still needs some certain parts of it to be more developed. I would say she needs probably more upper glute development overall, and her hamstrings are almost even overpowering that lower, so I'd say bringing a little bit more lower in there too, and honestly, she just looks different from the back than she does the front. It's crazy because her front pose shows her glutes so much, back pose, it's kind of the thing it's getting taken away here in that sense. Issa, you guys, former Miss Olympia too. It's kind of crazy to say. Her development was too much, I think, in this sense. She came in too big and a little bit too soft. You can see, she's not holding the ham ties like she has in previous years. And, overall, her glutes are just so much more developed. Her upper body so much more developed. I would say she probably needs to go into wellness eventually, to continue to really do better or downsize significantly. So competitors out here, you want to see what's going on. You want to see what's happening. Where do you need to be this year? I would tell you bikini's probably coming into a season where it's going to be smaller in the sense of muscle development. And, it's going to be a little bit more attainable as far as conditioning goes. You know, we see some competitors that get too lean and they tend to not score as high. However, we're still seeing all of these top 4 very closely represent everything. I would just say, you know, Lauralie, it looks to be that she is the most symmetrical and, you know, a little bit even downsized than the other competitors, and she's still bringing it home. The glutes are always going to be an important thing. They're going to be, you know, a key factor, but symmetry is everything in this division. You want to have that full symmetry, upper to lower, that hourglass shape. Those that have that the best exemplify it. I would say Maureen was very, very close in this sense, but she was a little bit too muscular up top, and I think that did not match her glutes well, her lower body well, and that's probably what put her out. Lauralie is most symmetrical on stage, best bikini type conditioning. Realistically, if you want to be a bikini competitor this year and you're trying to cut your edge on what the judges are looking for, you're kind of just diving into the season, making sure you got those delts capped, you got that sweep into the waist, you got the glute development, you know, and the hamstring and everything to match. But really what you're looking for the most part is that symmetry. And remember, this division should not be too lean. You don't want to cut striations. You want to be too depleted looking. You know, you don't want any of that. You want that softer level of conditioning that shows the lines but doesn't overdo it. And that's very key. And I think that, you know, this top 4 that we're looking at here from the Arnold exemplifies for the most part a lot of the similarities, but with Lauralie taking home, that's a pretty clear message of where the judges want to head this. And I do believe, honestly, you know, not to talk about wellness too much in this video, this is because of the delineation between wellness and bikini. And I just did actually an assessment of wellness top 4 from Arnold as well, so if you guys haven't seen that, check that out too when it's coming out, or if it's already out. I don't know what order we're posting this yet, but it'll be there. And you know, realistically, you guys, this is a really exciting season for bodybuilding, and it's going to be a great time for anybody competing. I want to know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Who do you think should have won? Do you think the judging was good here? Do you think it was on point here? Is your favorite in the top 4? Did your favorite win? Right? That's the question everybody always wants to know. And do you like the direction bikini is heading? And you know what, you guys, if you can, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit a subscribe, and at any point in time, if you want to train like a bikini competitor, go over to my website. It's for free. We do a free trial. We'll coach you just like our top bikini athletes all around the world. That's free for you guys. Just hit the website, teamfflex.com. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Coach Rye is out.